Hi there, thank you so much for joining me. This is Sue Schoning from the Soul Lighthouse, and I am here with a fast flash forecast into July 2017, where we can have a look and see what the energy of the month has in store for us. Very briefly, it is about standing in a space of our own authentic power. It's about reaching that space within us where we are able to be powerful because we have found the essence of our own authenticity. Now, July's energy resonates with an 8 energy from a numerological perspective. And how I get that is July, as we know, is the 7th month. So I take the 7 from there. And 2017 adds up to what we call a 28-1 energy. And I get that by adding the 2, which gives me the 2. The 1 plus the 7 gives me an 8. I add the 2 and the 8 together, it gives me a 10. The 1 and the 0 together gives me a 1. So 2017 essentially gives me what is called a 28-1 energy. And then what I do is I take that 7 energy, I take that 1 energy, I add both of those together, and it gives me the 8. Now, from an energy of an 8, the numerological energy, it's a very powerful energy. It's chairman of the board, it's super sales, super businessman. It's all about financial acuity. And we find that this energy is very much at home in the corporate world and in the government world. It's all about leadership. It's all about governance. It's all about being in a space of rules and regulation, law and order, justice and control. And whether you find that justice and control in the government, whether you find it in an age-old tradition like the monarchy, whether for you it resonates with the military or with armies, with their pledge to protect and to serve and defend, this is the quintessential 8 energy in action. The pure side of the 8 hates injustice. It speaks up for the underdog. It's fair. It's wise. It is not only able to judge a situation, but with great clarity and great wisdom and great perspective, is able to come to the right decision for everybody. Because of this, it's brilliant at leading and directing. The 8 energy is very international. It is global. It's not the kind of energy that we find being born in the village, living in the village, and dying in the village. It's very global. It's very expansive. And so it tends to spill over the edges of whatever box it finds itself in because it's a very expansive energy. And we often find that even though 8 energy is all about leadership and direction, it's all about managing, it's all about governance, they do their best work when they are solo. So we find people who resonate with a very strong 8 energy very often need time to pull themselves away from the world and pull themselves within themselves so they can come back to that space of center and power. Now, it's a very intense energy that we've got this month. Yes, I know we've had a couple of intense energies back to back in the months that have gone by. And people, because this energy is so all about power and authority, they think that it's all about the material world, it's all about money, money, money. And part of that is true. It is an energy that focuses on the finances, it focuses on the career, it focuses on our labor and the fruit of our labor. It is a super responsible energy. And yes, it does resonate with that energy of money, but it also resonates with that energy of power. And it's not about following who holds the power. It's about following whoever is able to leverage the power and authority this month. And as we go through, we will see that that power and authority can be used very effectively and constructively and powerfully, or it can be abused. So it is an energy that tells us to be super responsible. This is an energy that says focus in on the money. Whether you've got so much of it that you don't know what to do with it, whether you are in a space where you've got to really plan your investments and your financial future, whether it is in a space where you have none and you've got to start thinking about how to create it, whether it is about being in a job and actually shifting jobs or applying for new jobs, this is an energy that focuses in on the money. It's hardworking. It asks us to be hardworking. And some of us might find the pull to be workaholic this month. It's goal orientated. It asks us to stand back and say, where is it that you're trying to get to? What is the outcome you're trying to achieve here? It's about being in a space where it says, what are your leadership qualities? What are the leadership abilities that you are being asked to display in this situation? It is an energy that is focused on success. And as I said just a little bit a while ago, it focuses in on our career, our job, our money, our working life, the fruits of our labor. In other words, I just want to say something very quickly about success. We've got to be very careful this month, specifically, that success is not just the good, happy, here's your $1 million paycheck. This is an energy that says wherever and whatever you put your attention on, that will grow. And whether we focus on problems and negativity, that is what will expand. Whether we focus on finding the solutions and the alternatives and the open doors for those problems, that is what will grow. So be aware that this is not just about the good stuff being delivered to you in abundance this month. This is about whatever you focus your energy on, that is what will grow. You focus on problems, you'll have problems in abundance. You will have so much problems that you will be successfully problemed. If you focus in on your passions and you focus in on the open doors and you focus your energy on the solutions, then that is what will grow. Okay, the downside of this month, every energy has a shadow, every energy has a dark side. The dark side of the 8 is that it can be exceptionally bullying and overpowering. It's domineering, it's pushy, it's critical. It's made up its mind that it knows best. And it says, I'm the boss, that's why we're going to do it. No discussion. It is what it is. You're going to listen to me because I'm right and you are wrong. It's an energy that says, I've made up my mind. I'm not here to negotiate. I'm not here to be diplomatic. I'm not here to engage or listen. You do what I tell you because I'm the boss, and that's why. And so this is an energy in its shadow form that can be incredibly abusive. And it can be very, very destructive. And we all know what it's like when we come up against bullies and we come up against people who just don't listen and who just won't engage and who, no matter what, will not listen to any kind of reason as to why your opinion might have sense or hold water. We all know what this is like. And so this is an energy that says be very, very careful of that we don't go into that space, but also be aware that the shadow side of the 8 is this kind of tendency. So if it happens, if you encounter it this month, then you're prepared for it. Be careful. Be very careful that when you're standing in your power this month, that you're not stripping others of their power. We spoke about authentic power, and that is the critical thing in this energy, that we stand in a space of what is authentic, where we are at our space of integrity. Because when we're in that space, we will not strip other people of their power. Which, when we're controlling our environment in truth and integrity, then we're not hyper controlling somebody else's. When we're standing in our own power, we're not raping other people of their power. And that is the shadow side of the 8 that we all need to be aware of, because we could end up in the victim, bully, martyr dance. You should, you must, you have to, because I said so, that's why. And the bully wants control. That's what the bully does, and they will do whatever they can to create control at any cost. And what they do is they push the victim into a space of compliance, because all the victim does is they want safety. And And what happens is the martyr then comes out, because the martyr will do anything, will compromise themselves again and again because they want to be valued. And we have got to be very careful that we don't inhabit any of those archetypes, that we don't find ourselves shifting into bully, trying to hyper control our environment so much that we are taking the control away from others. Or that we don't move into victim, where we are pushed by others who are bullying us and we give in because we just want anything for a quiet life, anything to be safe, just leave me alone, give me some peace, and that we give in to the victimhood because we want to be safe. Or that we don't compromise ourselves and go into a flurry of doing and overdoing because we just want to be valued, because there is the danger that this dance can emerge as we go through this month. So be very careful. In other words, use the appropriate amount of force for the task at hand. Don't take a sledgehammer to crack open your breakfast egg. Choose the right tool for the job. And apologies for that because the sentence hasn't come out, but it says use the power, don't abuse it. And just before you get into any encounter, into any situation, just for a second, just center yourself and say, what is my point of authenticity? What is my point of integrity in this encounter? What is the outcome that I am after? So that I choose the appropriate tool to get the job done. This is an energy that says don't get sidetracked by people who are not on track, because July resonates from this energy of leadership and direction. Everybody might think they're a leader and everybody might think that they know where we're going. Be very sure that you are following people who are going in the same direction that you want to go in, because the energy is such that we can get distracted by following somebody else's vision. So it says to us, stay in the goals, stay centered in what the outcome is about for you, and then only follow people who are heading towards that outcome. Don't get sidetracked by other people who are going off track. And on that note, make sure that you hang out with the right people this month. You know, that whole thing that if you look at the people that you hang out with, and if you look at the 5 people that you hang out with the most, that you are the average. You're the average of the people that you hang out with. And that will dictate your money, it will dictate your energies, your attitudes, your belief systems. So make sure that this month you're hanging out with the right people. Associate with positive, goal-oriented, action, disciplined people who are able to encourage and inspire you. Not people who are scratching their heads at you and wondering what it is you're trying to achieve and try to bring you down to their level. You want to be in a space where the people you're hanging out with are actually inspiring you and encouraging you to keep focused on what it is that you're trying to achieve. This is an energy that is strong. It's very strong. It's very decisive. It's ready for action. It's about that energy of career, work, and money, as we've said. And it displays itself with such leadership and authority, power and integrity. It's got the ability to be so powerfully authentic that you want to follow this person on where they're leading, because there is just so much authentic truth in it. It is about being in a space also of creating ladders that you can leverage. Now, it manifests so very strongly in the world of our work, of our money, of our leadership, of our direction, of our finances in the material world. And so this is the perfect time for us to look at where can we place our ladders so that we can grow, so that we can expand, so that we can get up to the next platform. It's about putting your ladders so that you can leverage your growth. And then don't forget, July resonates with this energy where judgment has the ability to become perception and wisdom, inner knowledge and absolute clarity. And these are some very, very powerful energies, some really, really inspiring energies that July has in store for us. It's asking us to get ready, get active, get going, get moving, stand in your power, reclaim that power, make it happen. Very, very powerful energy. Just before I go, the focus of this energy, as I've said, it manifests in our career, in our money, in our work, in our labor, about leadership, authority, delegating, action, stepping into power. And it's very appropriate in that area. It's very, very appropriate to find it in the area of governance, in corporate, in our job, in our money, in our work life, in our labor life, whether we are a nursery school teacher, whether we're a cleaning lady, whether you are a teacher or a fireman, whether you are the chairman of the board, whether you are putting together massive mergers, organizing stock portfolios, whatever your job is, whatever it is that you do, this is the energy that will manifest. It's not just if you are like on the Supreme Court or you're a lawyer striding through the power corridors. It's also applicable to the nurses and the nursery school teachers and the gardeners of our world. It's about standing in authentic truth. Here's the warning. It doesn't translate into our love relationships. It doesn't really translate into our families, because our husbands and our wives and our lovers, our boyfriends and girlfriends, they don't want to be problem solved or told what to do or delegated to or told to follow them or be controlled. Our lovers don't want to feel as if there is a to-do list that they have to complete, that there is a work agenda that they have to get through. So please make sure you keep your love relationships sacred and outside of this you should, you must, you have to this month. There is a time and a place where that is incredibly appropriate. You should, you must, you have to, and the place for that is in our work, our career, our money, our labor aspects. It doesn't belong in our bedroom. It doesn't belong in our love relationship. It doesn't belong in that space where we're trying to connect with our wife or our husband. They don't respond well to the chairman of the board or being delegated to. So just be aware to keep your love relationship sacred and outside of this month. So there we've had it. It's a fast flash forecast for July. I hope it's made sense to you. I know that we have just really whizzed through of what you can expect. If you would like more information, you need to clarify anything, please get hold of me. Email is always the best way. And I will be back with you sometime during the month with a very exciting webinar on how to deal with bullies. So please make sure that you tune into that. Bullies in the corporate field, bullies in the workplace. How do you cope with bullies who are trying to control the environment? We'll be going into that in more detail. Until then, have a very empowering, fabulously strong, authentically present July. I will see you soon. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.